Hi, my name is Ilya. Welcome to my channel. I'd like to answer a comment or respond to a comment that I received this morning, and I think it's a really good comment. Thank you to Rusty Domino. I get the Barry Harris stuff in theory, but I don't know if I agree that it's easy. This is in reply to a video that I just posted, and I was just talking off the cuff, and I was saying that the Barry Harris method is easy. It's just as easy as playing other simple static chords or something like that. You have to go check it out. But anyway, as a beginner, I feel that there's just too much to keep track of to move block chords up and down the Barry Harris scale. And let me respond to that by saying, yes, you're 100% correct. It is too much to keep track of as a beginner, and it can be very overwhelming. So in this video, we're going to cut out like 80% of that stuff so that you know what to play and how to do it. And hopefully it might be fun in the process so that you can put it into your playing straight away. So you don't need to know all 8 inversions, and you don't need to do it in different inversions like that. I mean, that's later on down the track. But what can we do to start? And so the first thing is that if you're a beginner to the Barry Harris method, we're talking about the scales of chords. I just want to show you one thing that you can do, and it's just learning the first move. So for example, we have our 4 notes of C6. And by the way, these 4 notes are from the diminished scale. So C and A come from this diminished. The E and G come from that diminished. And then the D diminished is the third one that makes up the scale. So we have C6 plus the D diminished. So if you're wondering, where does the C6 come from? It comes from 2 diminished. That one and that one. 2 notes from that, 2 notes from that. And then we have our diminished here. Now, Barry Harris is not just chords going up and down the scale. Those are the chords that we use, but we use them differently, hopefully. I mean, like, I'm going to show you in this video, hopefully. And we're not going to do all of them. We're just going to do this one. Just that. And we start like that. And once you understand that, then you can move on to the next inversion. So we take our C6, and then we play our 4 notes of the D diminished, and just go back and forth and tell your mind what you're playing as well as trying to hear it. Hear the diminished, hear the C6. Once you can do that, then we're going to borrow notes from the diminished. So we're not going to move all 4 notes, we're just going to borrow some notes. For the sake of this video, let's borrow 2 diminished notes. Let's move the top note. That goes to the diminished. Let's move the bottom note. That goes to that diminished note. So we have that sound. And then we can return our diminished notes back to the C6. Now at the very start, you might be thinking, do I have to think like that? And my answer is, yeah, maybe, just for today. And then by next week, you won't be thinking like that. So, but it's good to know where the diminished notes are. So the diminished notes, return them. And if you're a beginner to Barry Harris stuff, and if this is your first time to this channel, welcome. And yes, I think it's good to not just think of these as, oh, move it up to D and B, and that it's better to think of it, in my opinion, as diminished notes and resolving them. Because in the future, you're going to play a whole bunch of stuff and you'll know, oh, I can move that diminished note. And you're not too worried about, oh, it's the 9th going to the root. It's the major 7th going to the 6th. Don't think that. You'll just overcomplicate everything. Just think diminished notes, returning it. So tell yourself that. Okay? And then how you return it is also a fun way to practice. For example, from B to A, or that diminished note to that there. It's a tone apart. So we could do half step before returning like that. So we're actually going to a diminished chord and then returning it. We could also do borrow, return, and go down a half step. So that sound. We could also do a enclosure type thing, like going around. So we borrow the diminished notes, drop down below the main note, and then return it. It's basically the same as that, but we just skipped the C6. So we went there, then down a half step from the C6. Okay, so you have a few different ways to play that. Where can we play this? We can play it over C6, of course, but you might think, oh yeah, it's whatever, doesn't sound that great. But I like to use this over A minor 7, and that gives A minor 7 some nice movement. And you want to put a good rhythm to it. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it's starting on the 2. How about starting on 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do it slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just playing around. How does it feel? 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. How about the end of 2? 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. On 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, you get the idea? So you can move it around different parts of the bar, see what it feels and sounds like to you over A. And then let's go to a nice D7. And just to keep it simple, we can play a C diminished. So move 2 notes to make a C diminished. So that will give us a D7 flat 9. Okay? And that's it. That's all you need to practice. Once you can do that, you go, okay, I'm ready. What's the next part? Well, if we're keeping it simple, let's do the next C6 inversion and move the same points. Let's move the top note and the bottom note. Let's borrow the diminished note above, like that. Return them, and you could do a half step below, and then go to C diminished, which is there. So you're only moving 2 notes to get to the diminished. Okay, and then you might want to try it from here. I'll move it down an octave. So here's the diminished note above, from below, and from the very top, the diminished note. And you might hear, maybe you don't like that sound, but it's just part of the family. It doesn't mean that you need to play it. But you could also borrow the other diminished note. So you might move the middle 2 notes. Depends on what instrument you're on, right? I don't know if guitarists can do that in a closed voicing, but pianists, we can do that. And then, okay, may as well keep going. So here's the next inversion. Moving the bottom 2 notes. What if I move the top 2 notes? Move the bottom and top note. Okay? So you can choose which ones. Experiment. And then back to the normal C. Now, I haven't even talked about the diminished. I haven't done that in this video. I just wanted to show you what you can do, how you can start. Don't try to do all 8 inversions. Just start with the first one. And put that over A minor 7, go into a nice D7. And that's it. And I really hope this helped. And thank you for your comment. I'm always reading everybody's comments. Some of them I wish I could answer straight away. Somebody made another comment today about just 30 years of jazz school, and just one extra note or something changed everything. And it was quite funny, that comment too, because it's true in a way. If you're not a Barry person and you just see a C major scale with a diminished note, well, with a chromatic between the 5 and 6, that's what you'll think It is, and you'll think, what's the big fuss? But it's not. And the more that, like, just starting this way is going to start you on a great journey if you continue to keep at it. And just a bonus, once you can do that, and you go to there, that's A minor 7 to a D7. What about trying a C minor 6? Now that's A minor 7 flat 5. And so you can still go to a D7 if you like, or you might go to a D altered. And so what would you play? So C minor 6, go to an E flat minor 6. And that's your D altered. Hey, extra bonus. So I've got to go to work, but I just love interacting how I can. And I hope that this helps somebody out there. Hope it helped you, Rusty Domino. Hope you're having a great day, and everyone else that's watching this. I'm not going to answer everyone's comments. This is just something that I felt that, yeah, a lot of beginners will find that it's quite overwhelming, right, to do all that. So don't do that. Just start with the beginning. Just start with the first one. That's what I did. I just started with the whatever I could and just went with that. Maybe it took a week or something just to implement that one thing into my playing. And then I'll try different keys. You know, wherever it is. So have fun practicing. And thank you again. If this is your first time here, please give the channel a like and subscribe. I'm grateful for everyone that's subscribing and for everyone that's still sticking around. Stay healthy, be safe, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.